All right, the nose. And it's really nice if you wanted to sketch along with me. Here's the simplest version of the nose is in profile. It really helps you see and understand the nose. So I went from here to there, marked to halfway, to here, okay? From here to there, halfway, here to here, halfway to here, and then here's the upper lip. Okay. So in profile, notice it's just so easy, right? It's just a triangle in profile. And here's the corner. Here's that plane coming inwards, coming down to the zygomatic, over to this. That's a downward facing plane. Nice. Over, little in, up and over and in. Okay, so wrapping around, remember this form here, which wraps around, wrapping around it, there's a mass right there, which is the nostril. There's another mass right there, which is the ball of the nose. There's a top plane right here, and there's this horseshoe rounding around right there, and then the nose has a kind of broadness to it. The underside of the nose, upward, comes upward. You see this middle portion goes down, and then the underside of it comes upward ever so slightly, okay? Okay, so if we look at this in front view, a notion that you can keep in mind when you're drawing the nose is you could think of a pyramid. And here's what's good about the pyramid. It shows the underside of the nose. It shows this quality of the underside of the nose. And what's bad about the pyramid is the top of it is certainly not like that. Like it doesn't come to a little point. It kind of, maybe it's like that kind of pyramid, you know? It's like, so we've cut this whole section off of the pyramid on the top. But we can take, let's say, let's sketch this portion of the head right here. So we'll say here to eyes, I want to set the eyes a little lower, and I have to double down to the chin. Okay, so here's an eye, and we've already done the eye video, so but I'm gonna quickly sketch in the shape of the eye socket, and I'm gonna sketch in the shadow of the eyelashes. There's the shadow of the eyelashes, and what's left of the iris. Okay, there's the iris. Okay, here's a little wrinkle. This stuff is in shadow in here, and I'm being extremely broad across here. So these eyes are, here's the lacrimal fascia down there, which we drew in the last video. Okay, there's the lacrimal fascia, and here's the shadow underneath the eye. There's the shadow underneath the eye, and look at it ends at the end of this. And above here, we can throw in some eyebrows, and eyebrows are fantastic for expression. We'll give this one a kind of quizzical expression. Like it's going like, what are you saying? Okay, so there's the eyes. Now imagine this shape if we just took, so here is my center line, and I'm coming down to the middle here. Okay, there's the middle here. And from the middle, go upwards, and here's the point of the pyramid, and like this, and up, and up. Okay, now this is not the way that I'm going to suggest to draw a nose, but you can see the understandings are they start to become quite clear. This is the positioning of the nostrils right here. This is an underplane. That's an underplane. We're looking for, on top of the nostrils, we're looking for the ball of the nose. And then around the ball of the nose, that's where it's very likely to find the openings for the nostrils. Okay, now we have a flat upward facing plane along the bridge of the nose, and here's the bridge of the nose, and then we move down this cartilage, but it's a nice flat plane there. These guys turn away. Okay, this is a soft transition right here. This is a really soft transition right there. And I'm just going to clean this up just a touch. Okay, here's a downward facing plane. I'm darkening in my downward facing planes. Here's downward facing planes in here. These are all in downward facing planes. Okay, so here's a nose straight on. Here's a nose in profile. I didn't do any eye detailing here, which is fine. Downward facing plane. Okay. Okay, now here's a nose in 3/4 view, meaning that's the center of my head. Okay. Halfway, down, down, a little bit up from there, that gives me my brow. The shape of the eye sockets, like that. From there, I can come to there, giving me the angle of my jaw. Across in a square, I'm going to drop down. Okay, across in a square. Now from here to the middle, I'm looking for halfway. That's the bottom of the nose. Look at this mark that I gestured, and it's been a nice mark. It's been sitting there being a kind of nice mark already, because it shows like that side of the pyramid, right? And I can draw that in, and I'm looking for the shape of the ball of the nose and how it interacts with over on the side. Back of the nostril. Flat plane across the, I'm going to move that back, flat plane coming down into the ball of the nose. So this could have moved into shadow, little shadow, moving me over to the ball of the nose. Okay, here's the bottom of the eye socket. That's the bottom of the eye socket, but a really cool thing is suggesting itself. If I take these eyes, I make these giant globes, and I want to throw these giant eyelashes on these eyes because it looks like they're looking downward. It has this really pensive quality of looking downward. Okay, here's the nostril. Okay, and so that gets us drawing noses.